I'm glad that we've been on the leading edge of really addressing this issue.
Tonight, Jefferson County leaders say the steps and tools they've used the last few months are stopping more criminals from stealing copper wire. Deputies and Metro councilors say one catalyst is a task force safeguarding key county infrastructure. And tonight, as they look into a new theft case, Wave News reporter Julie Richardson explains how the new rules are also setting harsher penalties.
Yeah, that's right, Jose. Metro officials say the mayor's critical infrastructure task force has done a lot of work to decrease copper theft, which includes instances like stealing wiring from infrastructure like street lights in Jefferson County, and they've seen results. But they are continuing to investigate a theft that happened earlier this year at the soon-to-be Veterans Hospital on Brownsboro Road.
They're not stealing copper wire, they're stealing our safety. It's taken our ability to dial 911. It's taken our ability to get emergency critical services from LMPD or any other first responder.
LMPD officers have these pictures of thieves stealing copper wire from the VA hospital that's being built on Brownsboro Road. Now they're working with other agencies to track those thieves down.
We hope to have an arrest shortly.
Despite this recent incident, officials say they have cracked down on copper theft, starting with the formation of the mayor's critical infrastructure task force.
What do we need to do legislatively to increase the penalties for scrap metal theft? What does LMPD need to do in terms of stepping up enforcement? And then finally, what can the private sector do to increase public education about the issue?
Metro Council member Marcus Winkler has sat on that task force since it started in late 2024. In the summer of 2025, members helped to pass an ordinance making penalties for wire theft stricter and requiring scrap metal recyclers to register with the city. And this has worked. Metro ABC Director Brad Silveria said in February and March, the task force has reported 0 incidences of theft.
Other agencies are reaching out to Louisville and asking, what did you all do to get to 0 thefts?
And there is even legislation that passed the Kentucky Senate earlier this month that is based off of Louisville's ordinance. It would require secondary metals recyclers to be licensed throughout the state.
This isn't just a problem in Jefferson County. Just yesterday I was up in the northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area. Tons of streetlights are out there, presumably for the same reason. So, this is an issue statewide.
Silveria says there are a handful of second-hand recyclers in the metro that have not been licensed with the city. He says officers will be penalizing those who are not in compliance with the city's ordinance. Julie Richardson, Wave.